say thank you.
We're dying.
I feel like around here is when the weather starts picking back up. Like, I feel where I live, we rarely ever get hit as hard as anywhere.
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of things changed since the last episode. You know,
it's winter now.
It's winter now. And we are back. Mm-hmm. We are back with another episode of Good Morning, We're Dying. Sorry, loyal listeners, for being gone for so long. Sam is a successful comedian and had a very rigorous travel schedule. And I was lazy. So I did not book anyone to sit in her seat for her so that we could have episodes while she was gone. So blame me. Blame me.
I was lying to myself and saying I was so irreplaceable.
I don't know. I don't think you're replaceable, Sam. I don't. I think you're the backbone of this show, really. Like, you're the reason why everybody watches this, not me.
No, you are. Remember, you're the thirst trap. Mm-hmm. You could have done this solo. It would have gotten 10 times more.
That would have been Chatterbait, not our podcast. Is what that would have been. Which is funny. Like, obviously Twitch is like the big streaming service that everybody uses to stream stuff and whatever. But I kind of think you would see a little bit more success on something like Chatterbait. Like, don't even do, like, I'm not even saying like get on Chatterbait and do like sex stuff. I mean, like, stream, like, be a political streamer on Chatterbait. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, talk about world events on Chatterbait.
Mm-hmm. When I did webcam modeling, I would make way more money just practicing my jokes than when people would ask me to do sexy time stuff. Yeah, I got way more tips from that.
So my former podcast, well, it's kind of not former, but we rebranded the podcast. When it was still its old name, its old incarnation, we started streaming like when we would record it, we started streaming that on Chatterbait. And we had like a little bit of we had like a handful of people that would watch us every week. There was like one guy, he would always be, he would just get in our chat and just be like, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going this week?
Yay! I love it.
Yeah. And this dominatrix was trying to get me to take my shirt off one time.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't. I was like, this is only for the boys. Sorry.
Only for the papas.
Yeah.
I love that. How different is Chatterbait from Chat Roulette?
So Chatterbait is there's like control, like you can pick who you want to watch. There is like a Chat Roulette like aspect to it. Like, you can do like the random, like, hit next and it'll just show you a random cam. But you can ultimately go back to the grid and see everyone that would be in the random grid. It's like everybody that's logged in.
So you can see if somebody is like peen in hand.
Yeah. You can go look at the grid and see who is actively, you know, jacking off. But you could do like a random thing. Like, if you didn't want to just pick somebody, there was like a button you could click and it would give you like a random person.
Did you ever do that for the podcast? See who you could?
No, we didn't watch other people because we were just like recording what we were doing. But like, people were watching us on Chatter. I kind of regret not doing. Oh, so the reason we stopped doing it is because they hit us with like a warning, because I made the account under the show name, and they started doing a thing where you had to like provide identification to prove that you were 18. And I provided mine, but none of the other guys wanted to provide theirs. So we stopped using them because they were going to start blocking the channel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they had to like give their ID. But then if we had a guest, our guest would have to like submit their ID because we had to prove everybody on the stream was 18.
Are you tempted to pick it back up with any of your current podcasts?
I really want to, because I think if we kept doing it, I think we'd have a big following.
Yeah.
Because we only did it like 5 times, I think. And we were already like at almost, I mean, obviously you'd think this was like years ago. So you have to remember that, because this number is going to sound very small right now. Mm-hmm. But this is before like the age of like TikTok and all that stuff. So like we were in about a month's time, we were already at like almost 100 subscribers on Chatterbait.
Yeah, that's huge, especially because with stuff like that, it's hard to be a bot. Like those were all
back
real people.
then. You can kind of be a bot. Well, you can be a bot in terms of like commenting in those people's streams. Obviously, you can't be a bot for like a content creator, because you have to actually be on a camera. But like there are plenty of bots that are just like in the comment sections. But like yeah, and like I said, I mean this was like, I don't know, it was like 2015 or 16. So like, I mean, you know, things were already kind of like getting big at that point, but it still wasn't like it is like now.
Do you think that there will be AI creepers on stuff like that?
Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure there already are.
Like AI peen in hand?
Oh, AI, like you mean like content creators?
Yeah.
I don't think it's realistic enough, especially like video. Like video still has a lot of like problems when it comes to AI, especially when it comes to like porn stuff, because they're all kind of like blocked. I mean, there's like a few that aren't. There's a few that you can do like adult content on, but like they're not as advanced as the ones that won't do adult content. Mm-hmm. So like there's always like weird stuff that happens with like AI video.
Well, it's good to know that just real people will be putting stuff out there on Chatterbait easily.
Yeah. I think it's pretty safe to say that Chatter, if you're watching someone jerk off on Chatterbait, it's a real person. It's not a fake synthetic.
It's not going to be 8 fingers on each hand.
I was thinking more like 2 cocks, but like, you know.
The tails of people.
It's like a devil tail.
A very Sonic the Hedgehog themed channel.
But yeah, I don't know. I lie awake at night thinking what could have been with Chatterbait, you know?
It's not too late, Alex. It still exists, right?
Yeah, it still exists. Mm-hmm. Still going strong, actually. Yeah. Not that I check it every day, you know?
I know it's a ton of podcasts now that don't really have frequent guests on them.
No,
right?
no,
so
yeah.
Easy to ID stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know. It is difficult.
Risque.
Like we on my Detroit Lions / Michigan Wolverines podcast, Parking Lot Salad, we've talked about doing video, but there's 4 of us, so we would need 2 cameras, and I can edit this show pretty easily because it's just one continuous shot. But if I have to do 2 different cameras and I got to do cuts, I can't turn that around very quick because I'm not an actual videographer.
Wow.
I just watch YouTube videos to figure out how to make this look nice.
And you've done an amazing job.
Thank you.
It's been forever since I have been able to sit at this table with you, though, and I am ecstatic that we get to.
Yeah, I'm very excited. So you have been traveling.
I have. I finished up Chris Higgins's class in Chicago.
Oh, nice. How did that go?
I loved it. I enjoyed all of my classmates. They're super talented. Definitely raised the bar and pushed me to up my game as well, and pushed me to write more. I didn't end up using as much new stuff at the class show, though. I used new tags that I picked up during the class, which I'm happy, because I have so many jokes that were so close to being finished, but I just didn't have that proper punctuation at the end.
Yeah.
So I got to do those, and it was fun.
Nice.
And I got the normal response that I got from audience members, which was, I loved your set, but also was a little scared of you.
I think you need a goth audience. That's what you, because if you with a goth audience, the reaction is different. They would be like, "We love you, but you didn't go far enough."
I would love that. That would, yeah. Most of the time, I am freaking audiences out.
They're like, that was very funny, but are you okay?
And after our class on Monday, like the graduation show, I slept in a truck stop, and then finished my route to DTW so I could fly to Brazil. Mm-hmm. And I did not do enough Duolingo to really understand the safety instructions. I was like, if we go down, this is it, because I didn't practice enough. And I learned that they have commercials too on their flights, like not just for the airline in general.
Yeah. What airline was it?
Azul.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, they're pretty new.
So, I mean, they're not going to have the same problems as, like, the Deltas and the Uniteds with their Boeing, whatever airplane that was falling apart.
Yeah, it was all Airbus all the way. I made sure that I was looking at different airlines, and you already know my love of Narcos, and I get that it's Colombia and it's a different country, but I saw that Avianca goes there, and I'm like, they let bombs on their planes. I know it was in the 80s, but maybe there's one. And then Brazil also had that flight go down. I forgot which airline it was, but a flight go down in August. Mm-hmm. So I was very paranoid. I was also nervous because I get leery about just being sick. And they had so many warnings on the plane. Get your vaccine. There's a measles breakout. And there's apparently an mpox is pretty big over there. And what else? It was the beginning of dengue season.
Wait, the beginning of what season?
Dengue.
What's that?
Dengue fever.
I don't know what that is.
It's like, do you remember? It's kind of like the Spanish flu, I think. I am just making stuff up. When they were having people build the Erie Canal, mm-hmm. and the mosquitoes were biting them. I think a lot of that was dengue. I think. I'm going to Google this after.
Wait, the Erie Canal or the Panama
yes.
Canal? I was like, wow, they were shipping migrants into the north of Michigan. Back then, that's how long they've been doing that.
Oh, that's my Midwesterner coming out right there. Everything is in homes.
Everything is Mexico. Everything that's not America is just Mexico.
But they get dengue pretty bad. You have to like spray a ton of mosquito spray so you don't get this. And it made me leery. I was looking at people for spots and all of that. The seats were interesting. I was sitting next to a man who was full V for Victory man spreading. And I was very passive aggressive and took my pillow that they gave us, our complimentary pillow, and made a wall with it. So he couldn't. I'm full middle seat gets the armrest, but don't like chicken wing me. No. I don't like being touched, especially with mpox and measles going around.
Well, you need to get that mpox vaccine.
Do they make that?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, you can get it for free at like the what's it called, the affirmations in Ferndale.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I probably should have gotten that before.
Yeah. Oh, as soon as that hit, I was at affirmations getting that vaccine. Because I was like, this will not break up my bathhouse activity. I've have already been out for long enough with COVID. We are not extending that moratorium on the bathhouse with Mpox.
I should definitely get that before the new administration. Yeah, and it was nice to be there with my husband, who I had not seen in 2 months, which was, it's a while. It definitely sounds like, he's real. I swear, he goes to a different high school, kind of thing. We explored different towns. I learned that they have salads that they also make with mayonnaise, which is I felt a bond with them as a Midwesterner.
So like their version of tuna. Is that what you mean? Or like potato salad?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like what was the salad?
They have different types of beans and like corn, and they would just mix it with mayonnaise. And it was beautiful. Yeah. I thought, I was like, this tastes awesome. And then one day, Santiago and I both ordered chicken sandwiches that listed mayo like as coming on the sandwich. We didn't realize it was chicken salad sandwiches at the time. And he was like, by the way, they prefer like warm mayo here. Do you think you can handle warm mayo? I was like, have you been to a family reunion in the Midwest in the summer? That stuff's bacon in the heat. And it turns out one of us could handle it. And 'twas I.
So the warm mayo came back to bother Santiago a little bit.
Oh, yeah. The last 3 days of the trip, he was not in great form. The
last 3 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was fine. I can handle my mayo.
That's going to be our first merch. T-shirts that just say, I can handle my mayo.
I also have a very slow metabolism, so it's probably like right under the bosom right now still.
You don't need Ozempic. Your body is just naturally Ozempicing you.
Yeah, it does not let me. I can lose so much weight in a matter of days.
You would really be the ideal Olympic wrestler.
I tried to write a bit, and I could never make it work, about how I did one of those weight loss betting apps. And I made sure not to start it until I knew I was super constipated. And I was like, yes, I'm going to win this. And I ended up just gaining weight. And
it was probably all stool weight. You probably had a few pounds, in the pipes.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild how much she can fit in there. Like a little kangaroo, a fecal kangaroo.
Anything what did you guys do when you were in Brazil? Like sightseeing wise or anything like that?
We went to a colonial village that used to be one of the capitals of the region, but they moved it because they kept on trying to revolt so much. Which I get it, driving there. I'm like, this is really hard to get to. Strategically very smart for them. We saw, so the main person who led the largest resistance in the 1700s, they kept the beams where he was hung, and they're like, this is it. And then there were 14 other people who joined him, and they repatriated their bodies, so they were all buried there too. We had fancy coffee there. We went to a bunch of museums, which was nice. We We went to a Brazilian steakhouse.
Nice.
My first time at one of those.
Oh, you've never done one of those before?
No.
Oh, so you had like the red green? Is that how they do
I
it there?
wish they had that.
Oh, so it was just like a never-ending flow of meat?
Yeah. He and I could not have a conversation because they kept on.
Everybody, they keep coming up. More meat?
Yeah. Oh, I wish there was like a cart. And he was telling me about that too. And I'm like, why don't we have one?
Yeah. Usually there's like a card. You just like flip it when you want stuff and flip it the other way when you don't.
Yeah, no, that was not an option for us. Did you try the hearts, the chicken hearts?
I mean, obviously we went to different places. I don't know if they had chicken hearts where I went.
Well, they had this whole skewer with like 30 chicken hearts on it. And in my mind, it's easier for me to separate when it's just the pieces of chicken, because I think, oh, you could get a lot of that from one chicken. But when there's 30 hearts, it's definitely 30 different bodies.
Yeah, it's different than, what would that be? 240 wings. Because 240 is just a cartoon number. So you're just like, oh, this isn't real. But 30 is a number that you very much can picture, you know?
I am also very glad to be back where I can flush toilet paper down the toilet like a real patriot instead of putting it in the garbage. I kept on telling Santiago, please tip extra. Please tip them extra. If they have to haul these little garbage cans out with people's soiled toilet paper on them, they deserve all the money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man, they must get really mad when somebody does the wet wipes down the toilet.
Oh my gosh.
That must shut down the entire city. And then like the villagers come down from the favelas with their like pitchforks and torches. That's the one instance that America will not defend one of their citizens.
They had it coming. 100%.
Oh man.
They celebrate Black Friday there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Not Thanksgiving, just
Black Friday. They're like, keep the food, we want the deals.
That is it. Legit, all the malls that we drove by had cars lined up onto the highway. It was wild.
That's crazy.
To witness. Yeah, it was quite a cultural experience.
Okay. Well,
I made it.
Sounds fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had fun. My favorite part is very simple, and just being able to see him again.
Yeah. Santiago, is he Brazilian?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Okay. I knew it wasn't Brazilian, but I'm like, wait, was he? I like started second guessing myself. But yeah, have you guys been to Puerto Rico?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, and that was beautiful.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
I've never been to Puerto Rico, but I would love to go.
Yeah, and it's so easy to get to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How was your time?
My time was very unproductive. I spent most of it like not doing anything significant. I spent most of it just playing video games, to be honest.
But would you say after such a busy earlier part of the year that it was a good recharge and reset?
In theory, but probably not. There's probably ways that I could have recharged that would have been better. I don't mean that they would have. I think there are ways that I could have recharged that would have been all like productive at the same time, and I did not do any of those. Like I could have read books, did not read one word the whole time that we were not recording. In fact, actively avoided words. If I saw words, I closed my eyes and looked away. I don't know. I did some shows. I've been kind of like lazy on that front for the last half of this year, really. But my January and my January and my February are actually kind of looking okay. Like I've got some stuff booked in the next couple months, so that's good. One thing that did happen while you were gone is I finally made some doctor appointments.
Yes, that was a through line through all of our episodes.
What will we talk about now?
How many doctor's appointments?
So I saw the dentist yesterday. Mm-hmm. I have three cavities.
Not bad.
And a cracked filling.
Ooh,
yeah.
That sounds painful.
It feels like a cavity, so it's not like crazy painful. But they want me to come back this coming Thursday, which will be the day after this actually releases, to fill, because I have a cracked filling on my left side, and then the tooth in front of it has a cavity, and then the tooth behind it has a cavity. So they're going to fill the cavities, and then they're going to put a temporary crown over the cracked filling, because I think they're going to have to pull the filling out. And I should have asked more questions, but the impression that I'm getting is they're not going to be able to replace the filling right away, which is why they're going to put the temporary crown on. So I'll probably have to come back to fill the cracked one. They also let me know that there is a possibility they'll have to do a root canal because the filling is very close to the root, but they were like kind of tapping on the tooth and there wasn't really any pain. So they were like, the fact that you don't feel any pain makes us feel like we can just fix the filling. Mm-hmm. So that's good. But they don't want to fill all of the fillings because the other filling is on my right side on the upper part. And if they do all of them, I won't be able to chew.
Yeah.
So they're going to do one side so that I can chew on the other. And then once that heals up, they'll do the other side so I can chew on that side.
Yeah. And once they have the rest of that filling out, you'll be able to find out real fast if you can feel that.
Yeah.
But they've made so many advancements with root canals.
Yeah. I still don't want to have one.
I've had 3. The one that was done by a dentist proper, not great. But the 2 that were done by an endodontist were fantastic. Way better than even like any filling I've had. Because for them, it's just putting on a tire. They are just...
I just imagine like a NASCAR race. Like you just pull into the pit stop. There's like... just like a pit crew comes in, like... takes the tooth out. Another guy... put the tooth in, like... get out there.
That's exactly how it was. Like legit best experience.
Yeah.
So if they do say that you need one, ask to be referred to a specialist.
Well, they have a specialist like literally right next door.
Oh, that's
which
perfect.
I think is where I would end up going. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I got that set up. That was yesterday. I'm going to have the few things that are wrong taken care of. The funny thing, okay, so I forgot this feeling because it's been 8 years since I've had a cleaning. But you can feel your teeth after the cleaning. Like my tongue has just been like on the back of my bottom teeth because I can feel it's like, oh wow, these are teeth. Because up until now it was just like a smooth sheet. And now it's like I can feel like crevices. I'm like, oh my God, there's like teeth like there. And also like for a long time I felt like I was struggling to talk a little bit. Like I felt like I was like softening my like consonants a little bit because like I guess like the plaque kind of grew up and kind of lengthened my tooth a little bit.
Yeah.
So where like now I feel like I'm talking more like myself again.
Does that inspire you to keep up, or do you enjoy this dentist more, or is this the same dentist you had 8 years
this is
ago?
a different dentist. I mean, I didn't hate my old dentist. It's just that we moved and they were like so far away now. So I'm good at keeping up appointments if I can chain smoke the appointments. You know what I mean? Like at the appointment, can I make the next appointment? If I can do that, then I will be coming to you forever. But if if for any reason I cannot make the next appointment at the current appointment, you're never going to see me again. Like that's my problem. Like I need a manager or like a mom or something, it's like, cause I just don't do that stuff for myself. But yeah, so I have my next cleaning already set up, and it's earlier than normal because of how long it took between my last cleaning and this one. So they want me to come back sooner than 6 months just to do yet another thorough kind of cleaning. And then after that, I'll be like on a regular 6-month schedule. But yeah, so I got that taken care of. I found a new primary care doctor, but I'm not going to be able to go to them until March because they're all booked up.
It's bananas how far ahead they're booked.
Yeah, I still need to do the dermatologist. I still might have skin cancer. I don't know.
So you haven't called them at all?
Dermatologist?
Yeah.
No, I have not tried to do that one yet.
Are you going to do it on tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Saturday.
How about Monday?
Maybe. No, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Do you have to schedule for yourself? Oh, I'm going to call doctor's offices during this time on this day.
See, if I do that, I'll just ignore it. It really is just a spur of, like, I just get inspiration suddenly, and I'm like, I need to go do that right now.
That's a symptom.
But yeah, still need to do the dermatologist, and probably need to find a doctor to go to about my knees.
Yeah. Is that an osteologist? This is
Osteo, I think was the right path. I don't know about an osteologist. I don't think that's a thing.
Sounds pretty official.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think an osteologist is a thing. But yeah. I've been to someone before about my knees, and then like I said, I wasn't able to make the follow up at the original thing, and so then it just never happened. They left it on me to schedule an MRI, and it's like, this MRI is just never going to get scheduled. It's like, you need to do it like right now for me, or it's just not going to happen.
Is it through their office, or do you go to a different
No, it
facility?
was like a different place. I had to go to a different facility. I mean, I knew where the facility was, but I'm just not going to make that appointment.
Ever?
Well, if I go see one again, probably.
Alex.
Like, I'll probably do it if I go see one again. But
Okay.
I'm going to wait until my new doctor to see where he sends me.
Okay. Is your new doctor closer to you?
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely closer, but he's still a little bit further away, but he's more on my path to work. So, like, it's a lot easier for me to just, like, pop in for an appointment and continue on to work. Or opposite, on my way home, pop in and continue on home.
So you and I had the same bad provider previously.
Yeah.
And they sent me a message saying that they were going to charge me for this appointment that they let slide for so long because they were being generous about COVID. And the appointment never happened. I'd canceled it, and I canceled it well before the cancellation period. And they were insisting that it happened and that they were going to charge me for it. And I asked them to provide the notes and stuff for the appointment, and they finally left me alone.
I did have an appointment with them. I didn't cancel it, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, you're gonna get dinged for that $50. They're money hungry.
And I understand why. Oh man, I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't matter. There's bigger problems in the world.
Yeah, and it'll disappear after 7 years on your credit report. That's what it happened to. I had a shingles appointment at this one urgent care, and I when I get stressed out, it doesn't happen as much anymore. But when I get stressed out, I would get shingles, and I had it on my basically in my cleavage. And this doctor at this one urgent care came out. He looked real dirty. He didn't look like a real doctor. And I told him about my shingles, and he's like, this isn't sexual harassment. And he made me verbally promise
that
not
is
to.
So funny. That is so funny. No, I'm going to cup your boob. This is not sexual harassment. I know you're here for your knee, but it's necessary for me to cup your boob. I know the American Medical Association is a mysterious thing, but I promise you this is standard procedure.
I think I was probably like his fifth that he had done. He definitely had. It was a caricature. His tie was half undone and to the side.
I think you didn't see a doctor. I think someone wandered out of the psych ward.
Put in a lab coat.
They just have like one of those like those big like the doctor things like from like the Looney Tunes. It looks like a camera flash, but it's like that mirror thing like on the you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but
I think a lot of osteologists have those.
It's the go-to tool of the osteologist, actually. So you know you're at a legit osteologist. Oh man. So yeah, that's Alex's health corner. No, I realize I do need to like start actually taking care of myself.
Yeah, Alex.
I'm like 43 now. 43.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably like, I probably should like be brushing my teeth twice a day and flossing and like showering every day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you should have been making those appointments in your 30s. When you're 30s, that's when things start breaking. You've been running with the maintenance light on for a while.
It's like that Seinfeld episode when they take the car out for a test drive. Kramer, like, do you remember that episode? Kramer takes a car out for a test drive, and the salesman with him is like, all right, let's go back to the dealership. He's like, oh no, we're taking this baby as far as we can. and they just get on the highway and they just start driving, and like at first the guy's like freaking out, like, we gotta go back, and then he like finally flips at some point because Kramer tells him they're gonna go until the car hits E. And then at some point he flips, and now he's like, oh, we gotta see how far we can get. He's like, we can't quit now. We've come so far. That's me with my health. I can't quit now. I'm gonna see how far these bum knees can take me.
Well, I'm glad you started to Papa Yui on some things and made those appointments.
No, yeah.
My ear saga is not over yet.
What is still happening with the ear?
They finally got a peep inside last month, and they're like, so this sometimes happens, but you have a pearl in your ear.
A pearl? Wait, your ear is a clam? Like, how do you get a pearl in your ear?
And it sounds prettier when you Google it, and it's like a greasy looking mass. And he asked me, how far do you live? And I said about, I don't know, like 5 minutes. And he's like, well, we can try to take care of it here. Since you drove yourself, you're fine. We'll just poke it a little bit, and sometimes they go away. And it did not go well. I didn't even realize there was something in my ear until after. And it was the most painful thing ever. So I have an appointment to get it lasered off in March, and if the laser doesn't work, and I'm bringing Santiago to that appointment just in case, he's like, yeah, just some anesthesia. And I'm like, what kind of anesthesia are we talking? Well, judging by your question of how far I live, I might need a bride. But if that doesn't work, then the same surgery that caused it, because it was caused by the skin growing back together wrong from the ear surgery. So if the laser doesn't work, then they might have to do that surgery over.
Oh, jeez.
To get rid of it. And it's like a whole cycle. But we'll see. We'll see after March. March is a big month for us. March Madness.
Let's fill out our bracket. Get some bracket buster deals coming in March.
And then today I found out that I am chock full of matter. They changed the name of fecal impaction to fecal hoarding. Lower intestine, top to bottom.
Wait, what was the show? The where they would go to like a storage locker that was like abandoned.
Oh, Storage Wars?
Storage Wars, yeah. So that's kind of like what you got going on.
Yeah. And it's been this way for a while. So it's good that it's like on camera now. So it's like Sasquatch.
It's the Bigfoot video. Hopefully it's the Bigfoot video, not the Zapruder video. Back into the left.
Most of the time when I see the primary, they'll like feel on my stomach. They're like, it feels fine. And it's like, I can't cue up the patient. There are some moments where I am more regular than others. Those are rare, but it's like it knows when I'm about to go to the doctor, and it's like, okay, we'll go now.
See, I have the same thing, except it kind of knows when I'm going to the bathhouse. It seems like sometimes. It's like, really, right now? We have to do that right now. You had 5 days, and now is the time.
Do they have nice bathrooms there?
No, they don't.
What? You would think of all places they would have the best bathrooms.
Not the one here. I mean, they're not like terrible, but they're not very conducive to what one might need to do in a
After
bathhouse
5 days,
bathroom. Yeah. The one in Chicago, Steamworks, they have very nice bathrooms. They have a built-in enema where like you just go to a vending machine and you buy the tube, and then you just like kind of plug it into this hose that's like in the bathroom stall, and you just take care of what you need to take care of.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Dad, I'm having to wait for Santiago to come back for enema. That's like a weird way to welcome him back too. Because that's such a hard. So you give yourself that, right?
Yeah, when you're like at the bathhouse.
Did you do it?
I was like a little too like I didn't. It was kind of intimidating to me.
Yeah, because you could seriously enter even with like the little bottle, baby bottle.
Well, I had the bottle. I brought the bottle because I didn't know that they had that there. And so then I went in and I saw that they had that there, but it was like kind of intimidating. So I still used my bottle.
So you did it yourself administered?
Yeah.
Are you afraid to do that? Because that can be dangerous.
Oh no,
too.
I'm a pro at that basically at this point.
Do you do it like sideways?
No, I just do it.
I need like help. I need help doing it. I'm like a child with it. And my arms are shorter for my body than they should be. So it's real hard. I'm like a little T-Rex trying to do it. No, I just got suppositories, but I will hopefully.
This is a really shitty episode.
They're gonna learn so much about me, but yeah, it's been like that for a while. If I get punched real hard in the tum-tum, It could probably perforate a bowel. I could die like my dad died. Sepsis related to perforated bowel. I get it from my parents.
It's like a heart condition. They have to like test you for it.
Do you have a family history of
Perforation?
It's under-researched.
And definitely underfunded. Oh no. And we are back. What kind of good morning we are dying episode would this be without a technical difficulty?
Hey, we like to keep consistent with our episodes.
Yes.
And this is like our mascot for each episode.
Yes, technical difficulties. It's really what we do best. And they say, do what you do best. People say that. People in the biz, they tell you to stick to your guns, and our guns are not handling cameras correctly.
Good morning, your camera's dying.
Okay, right before we ran out of memory on my memory card, we were getting into a very important topic that we pretty much exhausted before we figured out the camera wasn't recording anymore. And I'm gonna let you take us into that.
Yeah, like when are you able to be eligible to have the poop and the other person's poop?
The fecal transplant.
Yes.
You're like, when can you have the poop in the thing from other people's poop in your thing? Fecal transplants. Believe it or not, this is something that I have done a little bit of research into.
Hook me up, Alex.
I don't know when you're eligible for it. I kind of think it's just like if you ask for it, you start exploring options with your doctor.
Would I have to go to like a gastroenterologist or I don't know what.
I don't know. I know for sure you wouldn't be going to a gastro pub. I know that for sure.
We did learn during the break that osteologist is a real position. I feel less embarrassed. But then more embarrassed that later on we were acting like it was a fake position, and then we're ripping on it. But now we know that's real. But now I am questioning gastroenterology.
I think that is a real thing.
Okay.
And because I think it's a real thing, it's probably not. But I do think that's a real thing. I don't know what they do. My guess is they do intestinal stuff because it sounds right.
When did they tap out and proctologists tap in?
Proctologists, I think, are mostly just the entryway. And then a gastroenterologist is the deep cavern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the proctologist is basically the guy on the runway with the batons. And then the gastroenterologist would be like, the guys that take the luggage and take it to the belt. To the conveyor belt.
So like, which one would I have to see? I still haven't spoken with my primary about all of this. She's like, have you tried fiber? Like, really? I've dealt with this for 30 years. You don't think fiber's ever come up at all?
Yeah.
When you have that surgery, do you have to have a colostomy bag for a while?
I have no idea. All I know, I did legitimately do some reading on this. The only thing that has stuck with me is that I know that if you do it, if you receive someone's feces who has a higher metabolism than you can adopt their metabolism. But vice versa as well. If you take feces from someone who has a slower metabolism than you, then you would adopt their metabolism.
Do they double check before they take feces?
I don't know. Because I feel like one of the things that I read about was that people are doing this for weight loss.
Yeah, and for money. Like, or the people, I know that you can sell your feces to scientists.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that's like there's a market for that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want good poop. I want like radioactive spider poop. Like I need that fast metabolism.
Yeah. I would want Wolverine poop. I want the claws, the adamantium.
Maybe you can get that from poop. Those has at least one time during wiping. Those probably came out.
What?
The claws.
The claws came out of the poop? I would think that poop would be more like a potato. like if you let it sit there long enough, like the vines would start growing out.
Ooh.
You know, like a potato plant would grow out of the poop, like a poop plant.
And some hardy poop.
Yeah.
I think
Good starch.
Jean Grey's poop would be probably solid.
I don't know. I feel like Jean Grey's poop, like, okay, it would be solid, but then I think like whatever it absorbed, it would become that, right? Like if you peed on Jean Grey's poop, it would just like become liquid. But then it would like run and like touch something else, and then it would become that. Like I think there's many forms to Jean Grey's poop.
I think Gambit's would be lumpy.
Oh, that would be explosive.
Rogues. This is just like a X-Men.
Oh wait, no, I'm confusing Jean Grey and Rogue now. Yeah. Rogue is the one that I was saying would absorb. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Jean Grey's would just like read your mind.
We have to hold it for the next 50 miles.
Yeah, and Cyclopses would just like shoot you with rays.
I feel like I currently have the poop of beast, though.
Strong but intelligent.
Just lingering a while.
Just a dingleberry hanging there. He had all that fur. He had to have a dingleberry problem. There's no way he didn't have a dingleberry problem.
Oh, absolutely. He used a regular toilet, right? Not like a litter box.
Beast?
Yeah.
I don't know. They never like had that pain in the comic book never happened. So I have no idea. I'm sure that pain hit the cutting room floor, I think.
We need some deep cuts on this. If anyone is a big X-Men fan, if you could let us know.
Did Beast use a toilet or a litter box? Which one? Would Beast be like a regular human, or would he scare Joe Rogan? Which one? Which one would Beast do?
I would say the second.
Scare Joe Rogan. Yeah, I don't know. Well, are you thinking about doing the transplant?
I'd be tempted if it could cure this, because I've been dealing with it for so long. Mm-hmm. And if I had to get a colostomy bag, I think I would want to name it Colostomy Lauren. But is she still around anymore? Has she been replaced?
Wait, who?
Tommy Lauren?
Oh, Tommy Lauren. No, she's still on. I think she's like on what's it called? Newsmax.
Newsmax?
Yeah, the like fake Fox News.
Oh.
Yeah, I think she's on that. Or maybe she's like on. I think Fox News has some like online thing. She might be on that actually.
She on Blaze?
No, she's not on Blaze. Blaze isn't Fox News. It's its own thing.
Oh.
That's Glenn Beck, whatever his name was. That guy was weird. Remember that guy, Glenn Beck? he started on CNN. He was like the sensible conservative, and it was quickly found out that he was not sensible, and he got fired from CNN. And then he went to Fox News, where he could just like mask off, just be himself. And then he got fired from Fox News because he like went too far, I think, or something like that. And then he tried to like rebrand himself, and he went on Samantha Bee's show.
Oh wow!
And did like a segment with her where he was like wearing a Mr. Rogers sweater, and he was trying to be all like smiling and nice, and he was like trying to like rebrand as that. And that was like right before Trump. And then like Trump happened, and just gone with the sweater, gone like a Looney Tune, running out of their clothes, and just went right back to like cowboy hat and being like the tough conservative.
Oh.
Like, that guy is so fake. He's such a fake guy.
Wait, so is this our first post-election podcast?
Yeah. This is the first one, and we didn't even address the election at all.
Yeah.
And I'd like to kind of keep it that way because I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I do care, but I don't care.
Yeah, that's wild how long it's been since we've seen each other, though.
Yeah. You know what I will talk about, though, is the pharma CEO that got. That was a fun story, right?
Yeah. I hope nobody rants.
Well, apparently they already got they found camera footage of his face and stuff like that.
Yeah, thankfully it's just like
with the hoodie over it, but still, I mean, it's still a pretty clear shot of his face. But I don't know. I hope the hero wins this time.
Yeah. Same. I already saw that because people were sharing some stuff that Blue Cross had just enacted in terms of their reducing coverage, and Blue Cross already reeled that back. Never mind, we're not gonna do that anymore. Which, like, it's good, it's effective.
Yeah, violence is effective. Not that we promote violence. We, of course, would never condone violence on this show.
But seeing all of the stories that people shared from United, like a doctor shared that when he had to write the United about when they denied a child going through chemo, anti-nausea medicine. And another dad shared when they denied his child who had cerebral palsy a wheelchair, and all these terrible United stories, and some of them resulting in death. That one that leads to positive change for the greater good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would hope that if they do catch him, and I mean, if they catch him, he's definitely going to jail. Probably not even regular jail. They would probably do him like they would a terrorist, probably.
Oh.
But if they don't, they put him in like regular prison. I would hope that he would be a hero in that prison.
Yeah.
Like,
same.
I would hope.
I hope he gets pardoned.
Yeah.
He
won't. He won't. I don't think he will. He just better not get caught. If he gets caught, he will not be pardoned. They'll throw the book at him. But if they do catch him, I hope he goes to a regular prison, not like terrorist prison. And I hope the inmates understand that he is a hero, not like not a villain.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope that he's fled the country then.
Yeah, I don't know. It was I don't know. I feel like it was a fun, feel-good story. I just wanted to address it.
Yeah, absolutely. We got our own Punisher.
It did make me remember. I mean, it did make me think of this like graphic novel that I read a few years ago. I was starting to kind of get into that for a little bit because of the show The Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. Because like the show was starting to suck ass, and so I was like, well, let me go check out the comic book. And the comic book does not suck ass. The comic book is great. But the I should say graphic novel. But that got me into reading other ones as well. And I found one, it was called Kill or Be Killed. And, the basic premise of it was more or less this story. And this was written, I think, in like 2016, because I couldn't remember the name of the comic when I heard the story, but I remembered like the basic idea of the comic. So I was trying to find it, and I was like Googling, I couldn't remember the name, but I'm like Googling, like, vigilante kills rich people comic book, like, and I finally found it. And one of the articles that I found was they were talking about turning it into a movie, and that was in 2017. So I think the comic came out like in 2016. But like, it's crazy that they would try to turn that into a movie, because like, I don't think anyone would ever pick something up like that. Because in the comic, he's killing like rich and powerful people, and he's just like a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that they do, and I hope that this is a lesson that like people are getting to their breaking point.
Well, it's a lesson. You better have security.
Yeah, I was reading this one article that was like, oh, they need to have like it was an owner of a private security firm.
Yeah,
and he was pretty much saying all these CEOs need to make sure they have a security detail of 10 to 12.
Yeah. That's what they got from this, instead of like, hey, maybe just like stop being assholes.
Mm-hmm. Maybe don't care about your shareholders as much as your policy holders.
Yeah. Whatever. The revolution is coming.
You just start sending out codes, like a couple phrases at a time each episode.
And again, we do not condone violence on the Good Morning We're Dying podcast. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying, we like to see some policies be different. And by whatever means necessary.
Oh, I almost choked. Thanks to you, Alan.
Thank God you didn't, because God knows healthcare sucks in this country. So. And I don't know CPR, so. That's a lie. I do.
I think it's 4 kicks of the foot, right?
You do the legs, right? Where you do you lay flat on your back and you. Oh man, I don't know. All right, we can wrap this up. Do you have anything to plug?
I have my album or my special recording that we are both on. January 25th.
Well, I would hope you're on it.
Yeah, at the Independent.
January
25th.
What time?
There's a 7 p.m. show and a 9 p.m. show.
All right.
And
I will be one of the openers, warming you guys up for the main event.
It'll be fun. How about you?
Actually, the night that this episode comes out, I will be at the Independent Comedy Club. I will be closing the Sam Talent comedy show. Sam Talent, the Sam Talent, lives in Detroit now and runs a show at the Independent Comedy Club, and I will be closing it. That is, I believe, at 8:00.
Yay! Heck yeah!
Yeah, that is literally the day this comes out, on this coming Wednesday. What is that, like? What is today? Today's the
5th or 6th?
I think this is the 6th that we're recording this, so that would be the 11th.
And where can they get tickets?
The planetant.com.
Mm-hmm.
They have a section for the Independent Comedy Club. You would just go on there. Once I finally finish my website, I would, send you there, but don't have a website yet, so.
It's coming though. It's a little teaser.
It's coming. I'll probably have to like start it over from scratch 3 or 4 more times before I actually finish it. So, but yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Anything else, or are we good?
I think we're good.
All right. Thank you for tuning in again, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you.